and this meeting is being recorded. And I will call the meeting to order, and I will ask for a roll call of the attendees. We'll start with Marty. Are you there?
Yay. Yay.
Roger?
Here.
Jamie?
Here.
Susan?
Here.
And I'm Rich Ganong, and I'm here. Yep, that takes care of everybody. Okay. We have on the agenda tonight an approval, a determination of completeness for ACT. They're before us looking for permission to do some work in the shoreland zone. They've got about 200 feet worth of a bike trail that they need to excavate and then put material back down and tamp it in place, which is the reason they're in front of us. If it hadn't have been for the excavation, there wouldn't have been any problem at all here. Let the record show that Jens Bergens has just joined us. So, Joan, if you would make your brief presentation.
Sure. Well, we're very, very excited to be here tonight and appreciate you making this special meeting for us. I'm Joan Hull from Arundel, and I'm the president of the Arundel Conservation Trust. I'm going to be talking to you about the bones of the application, and I want to introduce to you Matt Cooper. Matt Cooper has been leading this project from the beginning, and he's a mountain biker. He knows all about bikes and bike trails, and he'll be able to speak to exactly what this is going to bring to the community and what it's all about.
Hey guys.
So basically, this is a trail that's about 1,600 feet. You may have been a little bit confused on some of in the application because it's on two different pieces of land. One belongs to the town of Arundel, and they have given us written permission to build the trail there. That is outside of the shoreland zoning. That's probably about 700 feet of it. The other 800 feet is within the shoreland resource, and about 200 feet of that 800 is within 75 feet of the protected stream. So that's what we're looking at. When I turned it into acreage, the amount of disturbance would be no more than 6 feet wide. And when you put that into acreage, it comes to 0.03 of an acre and 200 feet. But Matt, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about what the process is for the building of this trail and maybe a bit about who's going to be doing it.
Sure. So we've collaborated with Maine Trail Builders, who are local trail builders, and they've done a number of projects within the state, one up in Falmouth for the town of Falmouth, as well as Sugarloaf. And essentially what we did is work with them to design the trail, to walk and map out the flow of the trail, and then also propose, how they'll build it and so forth. They, I believe, are on the call, so if we have technical questions in regards to their process, we can ask them a bit more. But essentially, what they're going to do is build a flow trail that is designed for bikes, and in doing that, it is designed so that it mitigates any irrigation issues and things of that nature. But to your initial description, yes, they would be kind of excavating the initial 6 inches of what's called duff of material to then put in good soil and create a smooth flow trail again for bicyclists. But yeah, let me know if there's further depth or clarification you need there, but that's the general gist of what the project is.
I had a fairly good idea from reading the application, so that came out well.
Okay.
Tad had a couple of questions that he sent me over.
Mm-hmm.
This trail is going to be between 4 and 6 feet wide, correct?
Yes.
Is it in one direction, or is this meant to be bi-directional?
It's one direction because it follows gravity down.
Yep.
Okay, then how will people get back?
So they'll loop back on the main road entrance of the old logging road entrance that leads right down to the bridge. So the trail will flow right down to the bottom and come out right at the base just before the bridge, but then they'll be able to come straight back up that initial, what's now kind of a mulchy logging road in.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
Through
So
the
that
chair,
won't,
what
that won't
bridge?
be engineered, and it's probably about, what would you say, 20, 25 feet wide now? So there shouldn't be any pedestrian issues.
okay. That was one
Rich.
of the things that Tad was worried about, if it's going to be bi-directional, how are you going to handle bikes and pedestrians at the same time?
Through
Right.
the chair,
Yeah, Marty?
what bridge are we talking about?
At the start of our land, I don't know if you've got the application. We have some maps, but as part of what we were approved for in July of 2018, we've put in one walking trail that goes down and connects to the Eastern Trail, and we had to cross this brook. So we put a bridge in. It's a removable bridge. It's 4 feet wide to access the trail system. And that was part of our proposal back in July of 2018 that was approved by the planning board.
Thank you.
Chair,
Yes.
Gary, yeah. Matt, what happens to the excavated duff and what kind of material is used to replace it?
So we'll be sourcing some material from the land, and also we will be sourcing additional to bring in for the smooth material for the actual trail. The duff will go back into the earth, through some of the smaller, I'll loosely call them holes, where they will dig out, good material. They did a couple soil samples where there's about 3 feet of good material before it hits sand. So the idea is they'll take some of that material, mix it with the clay, and then the duff will go in to replace and build back up the, where they've, taken some material, and then, it'll naturally grow back.
We saw some of this work when we went up in, where was it? It was South Freeport, Matt?
That's right.
And
Yep.
saw the holes. I just fill them all in and then seed them over, and it goes back naturally as if there was no disturbance at all.
Rich, I have one question, or
Yes,
Matt,
Susan.
for you.
Sure.
Being generally wrong way peach fuzz sometimes, are you going to have signage of any kind that people will know that it's one way?
Yeah, we have talked about that, making sure that there's a sign at the bottom so people aren't going up the downway, so to speak. But I think, in the application, Joan provided a few samples of, some of the trail signage that we currently use, but we haven't, nailed down the specifics, what that
I
looks like.
just even think one sign at the start
Yes.
that this is one way. Enter.
Yeah,
do not
sorry, at the start
exit.
and the finish, but I think,
Would
yeah,
help a lot.
Very good point, Susan.
yeah.
So,
Consider that done. Consider that done.
yeah, well, that's my only question. Otherwise, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. Does the board have any other questions? I'm assuming that you've all seen the application, had a chance to look at it. Tad tells me that the application is complete.
There were a few waivers, Rich. I'm not sure if you have to do those separate.
No, those would end up being done. Well, hang on. Let me go look at them. There was one.
I have to tell you while he's looking, we have never had such a community reaction when we've just been talking about this and beginning to gauge the interest. It's gone out like wildfire with people calling, already donating for it, and folks signing up to volunteer to help with the whole project. It's really been amazing, particularly the mothers. Because, Matt, tell them about who can ride this trail, who it's set up for.
I mean, everyone, any pretty much any level of cyclist can ride this trail, right? So young kids on a strider could stroll down, and 5 minutes later, an expert pro level guy could go down and have just as much fun. So I mean, that's the beauty of the Flow Trail. The features and the way that it's designed are able to be utilized by any level of cyclist. So yes, what Joan was saying is correct. As soon as this word get out, like mothers were reaching out, asking, and throwing out other ideas of things that they want already, and we're kind of holding people back. But yes, people are very excited.
Okay, from a waivers point of view, they're requesting a waiver of the proposed site plan. The town planner doesn't think that it's going to be necessary to have professional review because we already have the plan from back when ACT first came before us, and they're just going to be putting a trail on, and so we're not going to have to look at doing contour or doing any other serious reviews, having a peer review done of any of the work. So Tad is recommending that we waive that. That would be fine. The wetlands watercourse boundary has been provided on the survey map that we have, so we don't need to have them do that one again. And then the stormwater drainage calculation. Do you think we need to do that, Jamie, for something that's going to be in the wetlands?
No, you'd want to do that if you were introducing a lot of impervious area, which, as I understand, that this trail will not be.
Those are the
It's
four
such a
items.
small disruption. It's so small.
It is. And
The disruption, I mean, come on, guys.
Oh, I agree completely. The only reason they're in front of us is because it's in the shoreland zone.
Okay,
So we need if everybody's amenable, I need a motion to waive those 4 items that they are requesting.
so moved.
Motion's been made and seconded.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Rich, let me ask a question to the board where Leah is on the, as I don't know how to describe her involvement with ACT, but she's prominent in the organization. So you guys want me to be part of the voting or recuse myself?
Be part of it.
Well,
I
see,
don't think
was
you
going-
need to recuse yourself.
Well, no,
Okay,
I was going to say,
I'm fine. I just wanted to offer it up to the board.
I was going to say that I think Jamie should because of the close connection. I don't know if he's going to vote yes or no, but if he votes no, and with his wife sitting right next to him, I don't think the EMTs can get there that quick.
I vote no. I'm stopping the video quick.
But no, I think it would be appropriate, the same way in which it's appropriate if you are sitting on the board and you have something that you're involved in, you recuse yourself. I think it would be appropriate in this case.
And
But
I have
I'm
no issue with
amenable
that.
to
I just
whatever the
wanted
rest
to,
of the board feels like.
I wanted to throw it out there. I'm fine there.
I don't have any issue with Jamie voting.
Neither do I.
I expect it's probably a moot issue anyway.
Well, yeah, it's probably true. Okay, then we'll let you vote.
Okay.
Okay, so
Question to the board.
motion's been made and seconded to approve the 4 waivers that have been requested. All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll
Aye.
do a
Aye.
roll call vote. Jamie?
Aye.
Marty?
Yay.
Susan?
Aye.
Roger?
Aye.
Jens?
Aye.
I vote aye. It is unanimous. We now need a motion to determine the application complete.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Motion's been made and seconded to determine the application complete. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yeah, Marty?
how many people will be on this trail if it's only 200 feet? I mean, if it's overall length. I mean, listening to the beginner, it's so possibly to be used by so many different stages of bikers.
No, this trail is going from the back of the town hall onto the Eastern Trail land where we gave them permission last year or the year before. We gave ACT permission to have their walking trails back out there. This bike trail is going to be joining onto that. Am I correct, Joan?
Yes, actually, this project is a three-pronged project. So we hope over, say, a year, 18 months, we will be doing a longer trail that will be a flow trail that will connect to the Eastern Trail. So this is sort of the first step in this. It's about 1/3 of a mile, about 1,600 feet long. The 200, Marty, is just the bit that's within the 75 feet from the stream. So this is step one. We'll be coming back to you for the second stage, but we thought best to just zero in on this one, particularly because what we're really hoping to do in timing is to have this ready to go at the same time and complement and coincide with the opening of the town hall and have a really cool, neat celebration to celebrate the opening of both. So the other thing, Marty, and maybe Matt, you would speak to this, it is a one-way. So, they come around, then they can go up the common trail and get back on if they want. But I think it'll behoove us, if this is as popular as we think, to your point, then we'll move to stage 2.
Sounds good. Any other
Question.
questions by the board?
Yes, one other one.
Yeah, Marty.
As possibly as opening the town hall up, town hall may be open up sooner than anticipated. And if it's by this early fall, is phase 2 or phase 3, with all the help that they may be offered, be able to implement their full plan?
I would say, Marty, that we're zeroing in on stage 1 first, because there are funding issues that we're working. We've had some good funding, but we feel very comfortable that we'll have the entire funding for part 1. We will definitely have that done by we're at the end of September, when they expect the town hall to open. If funding should be different and the planning board is as open and welcoming to our second application, who knows, maybe we could, but we've decided to start with step 1 and get that under our belts. But there is a plan. We have both of the owners of the folks that are going to build it on the call with us today, and we are just super excited. So.
Okay. Any other discussion by the board? Hearing none. Jens? Yes or no?
I vote aye.
Roger?
I vote aye.
Aye.
Marty?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
It is unanimous. This application is complete. We have a public hearing next week at 7 o'clock.
Excellent.
In anticipation of having the application deemed complete, Tad and I got together and decided to give it enough notice to get it published on time. We sent the notice down to the papers so that they could publish it. And if it had turned out otherwise, we just would have publicized nothing, because there would not have been a public hearing. So at this point, we are ready to adjourn and go forth. And we do have a meeting next Thursday at 7 o'clock for the public hearing, so that we can have the public hearing as required, and then we can vote on granting them or not granting them their permit.
Excellent.
Any
Through the chair.
questions?
Good to me.
Yeah, the mothers are ready.
Through the chair.
Yeah,
Through
Marty.
the chair.
Thank you
Did-
all very,
did-
very much.
Hang on,
Very
Very
Joan.
much, everyone.
Did we need a cost estimate?
There is a
Part of
cost
It's
estimate in the budget,
proposal.
in the packet that they submitted. There was a
Okay.
cost estimate in there.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Anything else on our agenda?
That's it. This
Next
meeting was
week.
just so that we could get this processed out. They, evidently, with their builder, they have a time frame that the builder is available to get it done. So we wanted to get right on this and get it processed out. Let them know yes or no, one way or the other.
Beautiful.
Well,
Okay.
the answer is yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Go forward.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank
You
you.
guys all have a great day.
Thank you, Rich.
Good
Thank
evening
you
and-
all.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Uh,
Bye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're done.
Excellent.
Good night,
Guys.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Good night, and
See you
thank
next week.
again.
Hopefully next week will be just as long as this week. Take care.
Bye.